Hello everyone, welcome to Royal Palace online classes. So in last video I have given introduction regarding electromagnetic induction. Let us see how EMF is generated by using the principle of magnetism. See, in last video we have taken one example. There is a coil. To this coil I connected one bulb. This coil is not connected to any external electric source. Then I took a magnet having north pole and south pole. These are the magnetic field lines. Okay. When I move this magnet in and out, when I move this magnet in and out of the coil, the bulb glows. Bulb is glowing. If I stop this movement of the magnet, this was the experiment conducted by Faraday. You can see in your textbook. He has conducted these three experiments. First is he will move the magnet in and out of the coil, bulb glows. While moving in the direction, suppose if you fix galvanometer, direction of current will be in one direction, while coming out direction will be another direction. Similarly, if you move this magnet very fast, again bulb glows. That means there is no current inside this coil. Let us consider a coil without connecting to any external source. There is no current inside this coil. The movement of magnet is creating current inside the coil. Current is induced. That means EMF is generated. Voltage is created when you are moving the magnet in and out. So, when EMF is generated means when magnetic flux is cut. When magnetic flux is cut. What is magnetic flux? You already know what is electric flux. Electric flux is equal to E bar dot A bar. E bar dot A bar. Similarly, magnetic flux is equal to, we can write B bar dot A bar. The number of magnetic field lines present per unit normal area, we call it as magnetic flux. So, when magnetic flux lines are cut, suppose these are magnetic flux lines, these are the magnetic lines, you cut these magnetic lines. Let us assume there is a magnetic field like this, you cut this magnetic field. When magnetic field lines are cut, then EMF is generated. That means when you are moving in and out of the coil, then only you are getting magnetic field. When magnet is not moving, then you are not getting current. You increase the movement. If you are increasing this movement, when you are increasing this movement, what happens? The current strength increases. If you stop this, then there is no current induced. Instead of that, next time what Faraday will do, he will take this coil and move towards the magnet like this. Either you take this, suppose this is the magnet, assume this is the magnet, this is a coil here. If I move this magnet in and out, we will get current. Instead of that, you can take the coil and you can move that coil towards the magnet. If you increase the speed, current will increase. So, that is called principle behind electromagnetic induction. Time variation of magnetic flux is going to produce EMF. So, what is flux is B bar dot A bar. So, suppose this is a surface, these are magnetic field lines. Okay. This is area, you take the aerial vector direction, this is the direction of B, this angle is theta, then flux is equal to BA cos theta, BA cos theta. So, when magnetic flux is varied, suppose inside a magnetic field, there is, suppose assume there are magnetic field lines on this board like this. Okay. They are magnetic field lines. You take one rod, you just move that rod like this, so that you are cutting the magnetic field lines. After some time this rod acts like battery. The rod acts like battery. If there is a magnetic field into the plane of the board like this, into the plane of the board, magnetic field is present into the plane of the board, you take a rod, okay, you hold this rod and run forward. Then what happens? This rod acts like battery. That means when magnetic flux is varying with respect to time, you will get EMF. Then how much EMF is developed? What is the formula for that EMF? So that we can derive by using this method. Let us take, there is a magnetic field into the plane of the board like this. There is a magnetic field into the plane of the board like this. You take a conductor rod, and move this conductor rod with a velocity v. Now what happens? Conductor means it contains electrons, free electrons will be there. Again go back to your previous moving charges and magnetism. There is a electron in a magnetic field of magnetic field strength B. When conductor is moving, electrons also move. So each electron will experience a force. How much force it will experience? QVB, that is E V into B, where V is the velocity. Okay. So they experience a force. Then what is the direction of that force? What will be the direction of that force? Direction, see, field is inside. This is the velocity of proton. You have to take velocity of electron here. So it experiences force in this direction. So all electrons will come and accumulate here to the one end, and other end becomes positive, the another end become negative. That means it acts like a positive terminal of battery, it acts like negative terminal of battery. So this rod is converted into battery now. If you connect one bulb here, that bulb will glow. This is the principle behind that. Inside a magnetic field, if you move a metallic rod, that metallic rod acts like battery. Okay. So now electrons which are present here, they are in resting condition. That means they are under equilibrium. Under equilibrium, force due to electricity must be equal to force due to magnetism. They are under equilibrium condition, velocity selector condition. Now what happens when they are in equilibrium condition? This you can write it as force due to electricity is Q into E. This is QVB or EVB. Here Q you can take it as E. Small e into capital E is equal to small e into V into B. E will get cancelled. And you know that negative gradient of potential is filled. So this I can write it as potential difference by length, where L is the length of the conductor, is equal to VB. This is potential difference. Therefore, potential difference of that rod you will get it as BVL. This is the formula for the EMF. So this I calculated only for rod. Let us generalize this. We can generalize this formula. Let us take the rod has completed an area of delta A in a time of delta T. Okay, rod has completed an area of delta A in a time of delta T. This is the length of the rod. Let us take it as covered x, delta x in this direction. Now what will be the velocity of the rod? Velocity of the rod will be delta x by delta T. Okay, in place of velocity I can write delta x by delta t. So therefore, potential difference induced is equal to B into delta x by delta t into L. Okay. This L into delta x is nothing but area swept by this rod. So this rod is here, it has covered this much area it has swept. So L into delta x I can take it as area. Therefore EMF generated, generalized we can write it as EMF generated is equal to B delta A by delta t. In general we can write it as rate of change of d phi by dt. This is formula for EMF generated. Okay. When you change flux, if you change it very fast, suppose time is less, within small period if you are changing, you will get more EMF. So this is the principle behind the generation of power in hydroelectric power station. In hydroelectric power stations, what they will do? They create a magnetic field with strong magnets. They create a magnetic field with strong magnets, and turbines are arranged which will rotate. Turbines are arranged. When water is falling on the turbine, turbine will rotate, so that these lines are cut continuously. Continuously you are cutting the magnetic flux. So when you are cutting the magnetic flux, EMF is generated. This is the condition. So when EMF is generated, when magnetic flux is cut, when there is a change in magnetic flux, you will get EMF. So this is what Faraday told in his second law. First law he told that EMF is generated when there is a movement of magnet, when there is a variation of magnetic field. Then he has given the formula, that is E is equal to d phi by dt. So this is the condition. After that there was one more law which is called Lenz law, which gives the direction of the current induced. See, here current is induced. I said that current is induced. What is the direction of current? Whether it is anti-clockwise or clockwise, how to decide? So that is given by Lenz law. Lenz law gives the direction of current. See, what Lenz law says is, it is very simple. It is very simple, just like a daughter opposes mother. That means there is a coil, there is a magnet having north pole and south pole. Having north pole and south pole. Now in this coil no current is there. I will move this magnet towards the coil. Current is induced. When I am moving this magnet in and out, current is induced. So what Lenz law says is, when you are moving inside, north pole develops in the coil. When you are moving inside, it opposes. What is the cause for getting current? Movement of magnet. But it opposes movement of magnet only. Magnet enters inside, but coil says don't come. Coil developed opposite, exactly same same polarity, that is same pole is developed, north pole developed. So when you are entering inside, there is repulsion, so you have to do work. Again, okay, I entered inside, again I have to come outside, because the condition is you have to move the magnet in and out. So first I entered in, north pole developed, so in order to enter I am doing work. Next time I am coming out. When I am coming out, this coil will develop south pole. When I am coming out, this coil will develop south pole and starts attracting. So when it is attracting, in order to overcome that attracting power, you have to move the magnet. So while going inside you are doing work, because while entering inside north pole developed, while coming out south pole developed. That means, that is the definition of Lenz law. It opposes the cause. What is the cause for it? The direction of induced EMF will be in such a way that it opposes the cause for it. That means, what is the cause for this? Moment of magnet is cos. So when magnet is moving inside, it is opposing. So that in order to overcome that opposition, you have to do work. Again, when you are coming out, when you are coming outside, it starts attracting. When you are going inside, it is repelling. When you are coming outside, it starts attracting. So when it starts attracting, you have to do work against the attraction. So for entering inside and outside, you are doing work. That means it opposes the cause. The cause for the generation of current is moment of magnet. It opposes the moment of magnet only. So that is what Lenz's law says. So why this Lenz's law is valid? Because suppose if this law is not there, there will be a coil, there will be a magnet, and there is no need of external source to move this magnet. So this coil moves on its own, this magnet moves on its own, because no need to do work. It moves on its own and electricity will be generated. Then there is no need to pay electric power bill, because you can keep one coil and magnet side by side, they will move and will get the electricity. But here what you are doing work. Here mechanical energy and magnetic energy is converted into electrical energy. This is an consequence of law of conservation of energy. This is a consequence of law of conservation of energy. Conservation of energy. That means without doing work, we can't generate energy. If Lenz's law is not there, it is away from nature. We are not doing any work, but we are getting electricity. To move the magnet inside, you have to do work. To take the magnet outside, you have to do work. Therefore, the EMF generated is always opposite for the change of the flux. That means EMF is equal to minus d phi by dt. If d phi by dt is positive, EMF will be negative. When you are entering inside, it is positive. While you are coming out, it will be negative. That means half cycle clockwise, half cycle anti-clockwise, this kind of current is called alternating current. Alternating current. It is changing its direction for every half cycle, just like your sine values. If you see sine values, sine 0 to 180 positive, 180 to 360 negative. Half cycle clockwise, half cycle anti-clockwise. You can see here, while magnet entering inside, if it is clockwise, while coming out, it is anti-clockwise. So inside the coil, then how we can notice that they are north pole and south pole? This symbol I already told in the last videos. This is north pole, anti-clockwise. This will be south pole. A current carrying coil acts like a dipole. This is south pole, this is north pole. So from this what you can write, EMF is equal to minus d phi by dt. Okay, this is what how EMF is generated, why EMF is generated, what is the value of EMF and what is the direction of EMF. So this is about generation of EMF. Okay, thank you for joining me.